Welcome to another episode of the Phoenix Session. I'm Greg. With me this time is Crooked Halo.
Howdy.
Hey, so why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, and what do you guys do for the band?
All right, well, we'll start with me. My name is Sam Groff. I am the bass player for Crooked Halo. That's pretty much all I do.
Just slapping the bass.
Oh, my God.
You do more than that. You're doing helping doing all the recording stuff too in the basement. So, I mean, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. I don't know how to use a computer. I'm dumb.
There is all that.
Technically challenged? I hear you.
Technology challenged. I like the knuckle dragging caveman term.
That's what it helps to know a guy.
I'm Mike. I'm singer, guitar player. One of the original guys, founders of the band. Me and Steve have been doing this for around 2004, 2005 is when we started the band, and had quite a good run for quite a few years, and then life kind of got in the way and kind of put it on hiatus for a while, and then
I think that happens to us all at some point, though.
yeah, it does, I mean, family
Hey,
life,
none of
stuff
us
like
get
that.
Yep. Well, and the scene kind of disappeared for a little while there. Everybody went underground, it seems like, and, about 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, it felt like,
Yeah, that's about that's I think up old news. Band went through an identity theft thing with a fake label and all this stuff, and
Oh, no.
so yeah, that cost me a little bit of money get taken care of, but that put a strain on a few things, and then a couple of the other guys that were in the band at the time decided to do a side project and kind of just let Halo go to the wayside, and then just said, well, Hans, this thing really lives or dies by our hands because this is something we started. This is our thing.
So how long have you guys been back together playing?
October 21, we played a show opening for Josh Ballard, Visions of Terror. He had another band with you. Wasn't it Awaken the Dream? Is that what it was? Yeah.
It certainly was.
So you guys played that show. Well, you played drums for them too at the time.
Yeah.
And so
This is Steve, the drummer, by the way.
That's Steve.
But I was going through a divorce at that point, and so Josh needed a band to open up for them at that show, and he's like, how about it? And so it kind of gave me something to work for, because everything was upside down. But music's always a constant, and it's a good way to help work through things, and healthily anyway.
Yeah, that's what music's good for. It gets you through a lot of things. So,
Absolutely.
what can the audience expect? What do you like to play live? What do you sound like? What's your kind of take on
we are-
not a genre, because I hate that term
We
because
are
it gets
just
interchanged.
dirty,
But
sleazy rock and roll, man.
dirty, sleazy rock and roll.
If you took, how did I describe this once? If 80s metal and 90s punk had a baby that grew up in the grunge era, you'd pretty much have us.
Wow, very descriptive.
Pretty accurate.
I like that.
So
We're
I was-
loud, we're obnoxious, we're louder, even more obnoxious. We just like to play rock and roll, man. The harder the better. We're definitely not a metal band. I feel like the market is a little saturated with that locally right now, and it's kind of a dare to be different time for us, and step out and do something that I laid my roots in metal, through my younger years, through the local area, right? But rock and just hard rock has always been my own, I guess, for lack of a better term, guilty pleasure through the metal years. And now it's just at this age, it's just time to express that. This band's been a lot of fun, and we play some really rocking music, and we definitely have a lot of energy. So we're looking forward to bringing that to the table.
Well, and you guys played at my benefit for the VFW in Charles City.
Yeah.
that
That was a scorcher.
Oh, it was hot that day, wasn't it?
Really
hot. That was warm.
Man.
Yeah, that's the day I
No
was walking
shade.
around with that that Milwaukee
fan.
fan. And,
Yep.
yeah, I was making an ass of myself. walking up to everybody, hey, want a blowjob? They'd be like, what? And then turn the fan on and they'd be like, oh, you got blowjob face. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew after that day I was like, I got to get them guys on another bill. And well, perfect. Then Phoenix Fest. That's what we're talking about today. Is Phoenix Fest 26. We've got other bands such as Drexel Fletcher, Wyvern, Visions of Terror, Crooked Halo, In My Blood, and Unmanned Audio. So that'll be Saturday, September 12th at the All Vet Center in Mason City.
Is that an all ages show?
It is an all ages show. I try to keep my shows all ages. You know, the kids are where the future's at.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
I remember going to shows back in the day and you know, seeing Neutral Red play and the Litterer Band and stuff back when I was growing up in Charles City.
There some roots, dude. Steve Litterer taught me how to play guitar, man.
Yeah.
That's some times.
Yeah. So, what song is like your guys' go-to? Like you just absolutely love to play it live.
Mine would be probably the drinking song. So it's upbeat, just punk rock.
Yeah.
Fun to play on drums.
Yeah.
You know, love the lyrics Mikey wrote for it. It's kind of storytelling and.
So what's it all about?
Having a good time all the time.
Ain't that for sure?
So the inspiration for it, you know, I wanted something that was like a kind of a party song, you know, but I was working on I had all these lyrics about, you know, you hear all these like different catchphrases and stuff when you're like drinking, like, you know, like I have a friend ever since I was 16 years old, whenever we drink, she'd always say, cheers to you, cheers to me, best friends will ever be. If we ever disagree, fuck you, cheers to me. That is literally the chorus of this song. So, I mean, I was like, and so other things you heard, like, I ain't here for a long time, you know.
Just here for a good time.
It's a real hooky song. It'll catch you, and you'll be singing it before the end of the song from the first time you hear it.
Good. I like those.
So-
I like those ones where you can walk in not knowing anything about this group or their music, and then by the end of the set, you're singing their songs.
I can definitely say for anybody who's over the age of 21, just drink heavily before we play. Absolutely. Just drink
The more you drink, the better we sound.
100%.
Well, and you guys are playing in the middle, so everybody by then will have a decent little buzz going on.
Nice. You know, that's a fun one to play. I like playing just any of them really, but like Bigger They Are, that's another fun one, just kind of an anthem-y song, and it's got kind of a swung feel to it, and it's just beats. And then In Between Us, which is being, if you listen to Rock 108 on Sundays, you might hear it. It's a song called In Between Us that was off the second EP, and so that goes back to like 2009. But that one just got this cool tribal intro, and the way we introduce it's kind of goofy, you know. I start singing all country and western.
Yeah, once I got to listen to some of these guys' stuff from their earlier days, I definitely want to bring some of that stuff into the forefront too. You know, we're bringing this band back to life in kind of two iterations, in my opinion, anyways. You know, we're bringing back Crooked Halo of old. We want to make sure that we get those songs into the rotation, but we're also setting forth to create new music and to kind of see what that next chapter has for Crooked Halo with this version, you know. And we've definitely been writing some really great music. We have some stuff on the back burner right now that is going to be huge. I mean, we're really, really starting to, at least I know personally, I'm starting to kind of peak a little bit again with my writing. It's something that I kind of let go for a long time, but I'm really getting back into it lately, and I'm starting to kind of get that groove back for some of that hooky rock, and trying to trying to really just get a feel for that. And you know, the collaboration that we do, that's really incredible too. For example, the drinking song is really a collaboration of all of us. I mean, the lyrics and the bass of the song came from Mike's riffs, but we all had a say so and how that kind of happened, and those to me are some of the best songs.
Messing around with his bass.
Yeah.
He left one of his basses in my basement, and well, it's where studios at, practice spot. And I was walking by and I grabbed his B bass and was just messing around. All of a sudden, that riff flew out, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool!" And I wanted it to be kind of a bass-led song where it started out rolling with that, so it made sense. So I played a bass like a guitar essentially because.
I do like a song where you can actually hear the bass just kind of start it off, and there's a lot of good bass players out there.
Dude, in this band, we're a three-piece. I mean, we got one guitar, one bass, a vocal, and a drummer, dude. We really got to make sure our music's pretty driven. That bass is pretty pronounced. I mean, you hear it, you hear the guitars, you know it. We're there. We've got some really bass-driven music. If you listen to the drinking song, it starts out that way. Bigger They Are is another song title that we have. That one is very bass-driven. It helps Mike and frees him up a little bit to be a little bit more vocally pronounced,
And breathe. It's like running a marathon, man. Got like guitar and everything. No.
So you guys are working on some socials, like getting social media set up so that way people can.
Yeah, we've been brainstorming stuff for a minute about what we should do, and so like I started taking video clips just on my phone because like maybe we can use this stuff for like dumb B-side stuff or blooper footage or whatever. But like the night that power went out, so I'm sitting there and I'm hanging lamps and flashlights from the ceiling, and and so we could at least see where we're walking and stuff. Computer didn't go down because it still had the battery backup. So, but yeah, electric guitars don't really work well when there's no electricity.
Yeah.
Acoustic set.
We're goofing around, and just doing what we do. And then I'm sitting there. I had burned a cigarette, and the smoke's kind of floating through the air under all the microphone. I'm sitting there filming that, just watching it, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm making content. I don't know what I'm doing." But just stuff like that. There's just goofy moments on that, and we did film some stuff on our cell phones and all that for just to listen back. Like, does it sound right? How, for writing process and that kind of thing, or does this sound good here, or should we do this there, or how long should this go? And that helped for a while just to get some things going. But then when we started recording in the basement, it just kind of made it a lot easier.
So are you guys working on like an EP? You guys gonna come up with anything or come up with an album?
We are trying. But why spend $2,000 at a studio when you can spend $18,000 on equipment and do it yourself?
I completely understand that.
Kind of where we're at. We're really kind of in our own DIY stage on that whole thing right now because we're really in the process of writing the songs, right? So, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for us to go to a studio, spend a bunch of money to write something, then change it later, then alter this and do that, right? So we've kind of adapted. We've invested a little bit of money into some stuff, and we're tracking. We're doing a pretty solid attempt at recording acoustic drums that are turning out better than we expected.
Really?
So I don't know if we're quite where we want to be, but we're certainly a lot closer than we were. But yeah, we're definitely working on trying to do some recording with the stuff we're writing, mostly just to listen back, create, and see where that takes us. But I'm sure at some point there's going to be some stuff coming out of that we'll be putting out that you'll hear. So.
Yeah.
I'd like to have at least an EP out in the next 6 months or so. It'd be nice just to have something. But if we're gonna set goals or anything, but I keep saying that. I want to do it the next 6 months. Like before we even started playing Charles City, I wanted to have something done, and it just didn't work out. Just the way we were doing things at the time worked, but it could have been better. And then bought a different interface, and then instantly it made a world of difference in the sound. So it's like, yeah, that sounds great. Now it's just getting everything tweaked back in and once that's done, then we can just go ahead and do our thing, record it all out, and then put it out when we want, and try and figure out how we do that. In the meantime, we can also work on like getting a Facebook page, and then I think you were talking about doing like a different website or something.
It's something that we just started
I don't
dabbling
know.
in.
It's all that www.interweb stuff I don't understand.
I hear you there. I don't know how to do any of that stuff either. It always helps to know a guy, and like I said, I know a really good guy, Done by Wubs. Mark is fantastic. He's the one that created my website, and
Right on.
it's tohellandback.com. Oh, he did an amazing job. That's where you can see our upcoming events.
Yep.
We've got our show, like I said, September 12th at the All Vets Center. You guys are a big part of that show, and I'm glad to have you there. It's our first Phoenix Fest, so
I gotta know, is Monster Eats gonna be there?
Monster Eats will be in attendance. Yes. Yep.
The Cuban is the best sandwich
Your nachos,
ever I've ever
your
had.
tacos. Oh.
Peach cheesecake.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
We
to
played
die
South City.
for.
The pink lemonade
Oh,
cheesecake
she
that
gave
they've
me that
recently.
sample.
Oh, I haven't tried
It
that.
is so good. Yes.
Dude, it's the only time in my life I took a bite of something and went, I'm single.
I hear you. Those guys are always a big hit. I always love working with those guys.
That's great
Good
food.
people. Good food. Yeah, so much fun.
My problem is I gotta wait till after I play.
Get into a food coma.
upset the
don't
belly.
need the food coma, but
Be like,
I'm able to inflate the diaphragm.
Be like Ballard and get the meat sweats or something.
Hey, that's a valid thing.
Yeah, we'll see because Visions of Terror will be in attendance.
Oh, yes.
So we'll see Josh and all the guys there, as well as Unmanned Audio and In My Blood. Wyvern. I'm excited to see Wyvern because I've been listening to little snippets of their stuff, but I always wait to see live because that's how I get the sound is from live.
Sure.
I feel it. So. I'm really excited to see that. And Drexel Fletcher, they've played one of my shows before. Oh, so much fun! Those guys are a riot. So it'll be a good time.
So I'm looking forward to it. This should be good time, man.
Yeah, I've got
A lot of good bands.
a little mixture, little heavy metal, little rock, little death metal. Let's just get a little wild, a little crazy, have a good time.
I
right?
remember seeing In My Blood, was it 2 Easters ago, I think? Visions was playing with them over in the Loft.
But yeah.
Yeah, we were there.
there.
We were hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah. And man, I really dug their sound. I really liked
Oh,
their
yeah.
sounds. You know who else I really liked was that Anthem that
Anthem.
played after us at the Charles City show.
Yes. Yep.
If you're watching this, call me. You haven't called. For a mildly good time and maybe breakfast.
Yeah, that was a really good show. I've been seeing those guys and watching them all over Facebook, and I actually seen them play. It was like a week or two before that show. Got a chance to see them. It was great, man. The energy they had. Yeah. Jebediah Stone. I got them another gig here in town at the Bricks.
Oh yeah.
They were good. That was a fun night. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What other stuff you got going on with Phoenix, even besides Phoenix Fest? Because I mean, this is a big deal. This is what we're trying to talk about. But at the same time, what else you got going?
Well, I'm working on my annual Halloween bash. Yeah, October 17th. I can't give away too many details yet because it's still in the works. But it's going to be an amazing event. Last year was a huge turnout. That was great.
I
It's
was
at
there, yeah.
the North Iowa Event Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, we turned the whole north side of the building into like haunted attraction. Had a couple
Nice.
couple
Very nice.
people come in and decorate, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had 6 fog machines going. We had the center was like a cemetery and stuff. So
Yeah, that big centerpiece. Yeah.
it was a good time.
Animated,
I
yeah.
don't know how we're gonna do
Was
this
that
year,
actually
but
on Halloween?
it was yes, it was on Halloween. Yeah.
Okay. I did miss that.
Yeah.
I was deer hunting, but I
Yeah.
killed my first Halloween deer.
Did you?
I was sitting there chilling, mind my own business. She looked at me, them cheeks puffed. I was like, "Don't you blow at me." I got a rule about tattletales.
That was all it took.
Hunter.
And
That was all it took, huh?
Yep, she got a little, and I'm like, nope, we don't tolerate that kind of attitude around here. Mind your business. I gave her an opportunity to walk. But that was my, and I do have like a little bucket list of things I like to do, you know, when I do hunt and stuff like that, because I'm an avid hunter. And so I got deer tags this morning, so I'm super excited about that. But
Well, you got to save October 17th on your calendar.
yeah,
Because
I can do that. I can do that.
yeah, that'll be a
We'll
good
make
time.
something happen.
Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We are Cricket Halo. We appreciate it all, and we look forward to seeing you guys on September 12th. So,
All right.
Can't
Also, before the show, you might want to check out Jamie Clunder is putting on an event, an expo, an oddities expo in antiques. That's going to be at 1401 North Washington Avenue.
my wife is very familiar with this stuff. She speaks highly of him. So, yeah.
My living room is decorated all out and stuff that
Right on.
he's made. It's top-notch stuff. Also, the night before, he's also doing a pre-party show, a house show. So he's going to have 4 or 5 bands and everything. So it'll be a good time. So good weekend for live music.
Right on.
Oddities.
Yeah, scene's really coming together and having a good time.
That is nice. You know, I got to tell you, thank you for that aspect. In that aspect, when I first met you, it was a couple years ago when Warfus was throwing local Palooza.
Yep.
Okay, that's when I was singing for him still. Anyway, long and short of it, ever since then, I just keep seeing more and more of your guys' stuff popping up, and I'm like, you guys are starting to make a scene again, and that's freaking awesome. And it's good to see more bands coming out wanting to play live again, because like you said, it was dead around here for the longest time.
It really was,
You
and
know.
that's why we got into this, was just to help do our part and build this scene back up. You know, whatever
It
we can
excites
do.
me to see the younger generation kind of come up and know that like guitars are still cool, and like that is still a thing. So getting to come to some of these and play on some of these and get these experiences with some of the other bands, it's really cool to get to know everybody, meet everybody. I mean, some of these bands on this list we've been in bands with before, all of us. We've got former bandmates in a lot of these bands, but it's the new kids and the new generation coming up. I really enjoy listening to their music. So
Well, and I really handpicked this group because they're like friends of all of ours. We know each other real well. The bands know each other real well. So that was my kind of go-to for this fest. Was friends. It was the first one, and wanted everybody to be a part of it. So
Nice, man, nice.
yeah. All right, hope to see everybody there. All right, that was awesome, guys.